More than $1 million in federal funding is paying for a major water system upgrade in the town of Blandford. The project will overhaul the water treatment facility and distribution system to meet permit requirements, ensure safe, reliable drinking water, and strengthen fire protection. Western Mass News was at the press conference today announcing the funding, learning how exactly this project will work.
And if you know, Long Pond is the source water for the treatment plant. There's a pipe that goes out into Long Pond, and at the end of the pipe is a screen. And with this project, the screen is sitting about 15 feet below the surface of the water. This project would extend that pipeline further into the reservoir, into the pond, to have the screen at a deeper elevation where there's better water quality.
Local officials say that matters not just for Blandford residents, but also for travelers using the Mass DOT Service Plaza on I-90, which relies on the same system. Part of the money is already going toward a new backup generator to keep clean water flowing even during power outages.